I've known Fredy now for almost about 10 years. And I have never met another man whom was so poorly named. The Fredy part works just fine. The Vinagre part doesn't work at all. Because this man is anything but vinegar. This man is the sweetest sugar of anybody I've ever met. As I was considering who I wanted to bring up for speakers this year, I thought about, who are the people that I most admire in respect to how they're operating their practices. And just as human beings, as people, because I think that's such an important part, the authenticity of the person when they stand up here. Well, anytime on Facebook I see Fredy post any picture of himself, there's always like 400 or 500 likes and hearts and loves, and people just can't get enough of this guy. So that was my gamble, and that was my bet on bringing him up as a speaker, was the fact that just looking at the face gets 400 likes. Let's see how many likes it gets when he starts to open his mouth. So Fredy's going to talk to us today about weight loss, which I know is a focus within his practice. And he's doing some really exciting progressive things as it applies to weight loss, especially even in neuropathy. I've seen some amazing pictures of the work that he's done supporting people in a healthy bioterrain, healthy digestion, healthy constitution, such that even things such as vascular neuropathy, I've seen Fredy have amazing success with. So this is going to be a treat. Ladies and gentlemen, Fredy Sugar.
Hello everyone. So as Adam said, this is my first presentation. So please be patient with me. And if you need me to slow down, tell me, okay? We are going to do a live presentation, so I need that you make questions every time you need, okay? Interrupt me every time you need. I just want you to make questions to the microphone so the entire room can hear you, okay? So everyone could learn. Well, I'm on Biofeedback since, I don't remember, 2006, maybe. And this is my life. I love this. It's my daily basis job. I work at my own office, and I also working now with a doctor, the ones with the white, a real medicine doctor that don't prescribe pills. He prescribes biofeedback. Okay, it's a wonderful clinic in Portugal, and I think that we are changing the world, all of us. Okay. And biofeedback is a wonderful machine. I don't see myself as a doctor, not at all. Debbie Drake told us that. I see myself as an electrician, okay? That's what I do. I'm an electrician. I'm more of that. Well, we are going to do, I'm going to speak with you about weight loss, but I'm going to speak about more things, okay? Because you can accomplish the weight loss, you must accomplish balance. And balance is the key word for our machine, okay? So I will be here. Probably I will fall, because I'll do that all the time. So with the stage, that's a bigger... I just want to thank a person that it's in this room. It's Fernando. Fernando was one of the guys that teach me a lot. And I don't know if all of you went to his website and his amazing webinars. Please do them, because Fernando teach a lot, okay? I will not teach, I will share. Fernando teach, Audrey, another wonderful girl, Elena, Eric, so many people in this room that help. And please, if any one of you needs something after this conference, add me on your Facebook, Fredy Vinagre, and I will help you, okay? Because this is all about sharing. That's what I believe. So, let's start the presentation. I already did the calibration and the test. It's me there because the guy is never too skinny enough, so I want to be even more skinny. I was my first client. It's important to tell you this. When I started working with weight loss, I was around 100 kilos. And I said, no, this can't be happen. I cannot be this guy. So I started to study, and I take naturopathy, and started working with my machine. So I'm my first client in your presentation. They will give you my presentation. You have a picture, unfortunately for me, of me, how I was before and how I am now, okay? So this will show you how this works. The first thing for me that is very, very important is to go to the shaping function. Why? Every session, this is my first step after the test. I want to put a neurotransmitter inside of love. In weight loss, I have one that I choose all the time. The name is human cryonic gonadotropin. In our clinic in Portugal, the doctor works a lot with human cryonic gonadotropin. I'm not a theoric guy, so I will try to explain this a little simple. Human cryonic gonadotropin is a hormone that all of us produces, okay? When women get pregnant and have the child, they produce a lot of this hormone to the body go back to normal, okay? So many times the problem of weight loss, it's a hormone problem. As Charlotte talked, hormone, digestion, and emotional issues. So the hormone is fundamentally, okay? So we are going to find where she is. No. I don't increase, I don't do anything like that. That's the part where we stimulate. I never stimulate, I always balance, okay? And that panel is the only panel that we can simulate. And human cryonic gonadotropin. It's somewhere from Mandelay here. Fernando, you know if it's in this new version? Yes, you can do this, okay? If you don't find it, you can just type it in, okay? And you don't do anything more. You just type the hormone and leave the program because the system is already engaged, you see? You don't need to do anything more. But if you will not work with weight loss, you can also use this program. How? You go to NLP. Mental factors, value of emotions, and value of neurotransmitters. And here you have a very important information about your client, okay? And you can choose one of these neurotransmitters to be given the entire session. This is another therapy, okay? A kind of a piggyback therapy that works very, very well. And if you see, after you do this, the neurotransmitters are organized, okay? The bottom are the one the client needs more. Okay, that list that we open is now there organized. If you don't do it by mental factors, this will not be organized as this, okay? Now it's organized by what your client needs. Okay, now I open risk profile and close, so I can have outdoor Zaps and see what's happening with my client. After AutoZap, we open Body Viewer. This is the boring part, but this will... You open everything. I will not explain Body Viewer, IRID, and disease, okay? Because Body Viewer and IRID will work as you always work with every problems. In disease is what I will show to you. Okay, and now it's the first part that I do different. Because for me, it's all about blocks, okay? Blocks is what put our client and ourselves. By the way, I do a biofeedback session on me every day, okay? I am always my first client. I every day do a body scan on me, every day. And I truly recommend that to you. It's very strong. You don't need to have much time, 10 minutes and you do that, okay? You calibrate, you don't need to do the test, and then you do the body scan. Who wants fosses in their lives? I don't want, okay? I don't want radiation, so I do this every time on me. And my first therapy is not the first therapy recommended. My first therapy is check current rectifications. And here I will do one of the strongest programs for me, that is super skew rectification. So I start with the end. Yes, I start with the end. I will remove all the blockage from my clients, okay? This is very, very, very important for me because I need to focus my session on weight loss. So to focus my session on weight loss, I need to balance my client first. And my sessions are top 1 hour. The normal session is 45 minutes. Weight loss is 1 hour, okay? This is the same for the 2 sessions. My plan is 12 sessions, 1 or 2 per week. Ideal, 2 per week, okay? If you cannot put your clients in doing 2 per week, you can do 1 week the session 1, the second week the session 2, and again and again and again. Honestly, when I don't know one thing, I forget it. Because we have so many things in our machine, in our program, okay? So many things. And I truly believe that when you work with your intuition, because what I want is in the end of my presentation, is that you forget everything that I told you and create your own protocol. It's that I want, okay? This is only a step guide. I need you to create yourself. So this will take a little bit longer. It's until in 30. You must go to 100, okay? It's important to go to 100. Everyone, what I clicked, this open, when any of these programs, the AFH programs, you must click Start Rectification. Here, Super Skew Rectification. I love every program that says super or something like that. So I begin with the end, okay? Everyone tells you that this is the end, but it's my beginning. And that's the way I work. It's not better, it's not a right one, it's my, okay? And from anyone who wants this. So I will stop this so we can continue, okay? And after this, look at the rectification value. Who from here, from this room, have 101 rectification values in the end of the sessions? It's difficult, right? But with this program, you can get it, and very fast. This can take 10 minutes, no more than 10 minutes. But it's not done. It's not done. It's very important to remove what stays, okay? And then I don't know you, but my client's trauma is always there. Always there. So you click trauma until it's a disappeared button like Sarcodes. You see the difference? Sarcode is there, but I cannot click him. Okay? It's done. It's done. But trauma, no. You can also do this without the super skill rectification, but it will take, if you go one by one, it will take more than an hour. It's done. And I have 99% rectification in trauma. On trauma. So believe me, if you do this 2, 3, 4 times, probably the trauma will disappear from your clients. Okay? Then, this is a very important thing that I will tell you, because Fernando told, and I totally agree with Fernando, I love the hidden buttons. I love them. And I spent all my life trying to find where Desiree put the hidden buttons, okay? So when I'm done with the blocks, I go to therapies. This is still balancing my clients. And here, now this is very important so you to keep attention, because this is not so easy to explain, but I will do my best. Look at here. You see stop, clasp, sounds, injury panel. Look at here, okay? Now look what's happening when I open and close, for example, automeridian. Maximum treatment. Here, It wasn't there, okay? But we forced this to appear. This will appear every time you do one of the therapies. Auto-Meridian, Auto-Frec, Auto-Trivector, this will appear, but no one noticed, okay? But now I want to force it, because I don't want to do the 2 recommended therapies. They are important, but I don't have time, okay? So what I'm going to do is maximum treatment. Yes, warning. Okay, please forget this warning. You know why? Because this was created and the intention was to force your clients to change their lifestyle. But everyone here knows that many times that's not possible, okay? Clients will do the same things over and over and over. It's important to do that, but it's our job to help them to reach there, okay? You see this? A little bit moralizing, but this is not for everyone, but I believe this is for everyone. So this is why I teach you this. And then you must put a password. And a password, you must write it exactly the same way I will write it, okay? This is very important, because if it's in another way, it will not open. I am responsible. This is the password. Just like I put it, okay? Don't put double spaces, don't put I am responsible. And then you get Auto-Hope, Auto-Rife, and Auto-Trivector in the maximum strength. But more, you have more. Then you must click all these boxes one by order, because if you don't do this by order, they will not open the therapies. This is, Desiree put this, very protected. Now I can work. One by one. Everyone understand this? It's one by one. Juliet, sorry? I'm not getting this. Okay, I will explain. This is very important, so this is why I want to spend some time here. Just one question here first. How? Oh, the widescreen. Sometimes if your resolution screen is low, you will have a widescreen explaining this. Double click. Like, if you want to get rid of any screen, double click. It's as easy as this. Double click and it's not gone. I love this presentation. I will be all over the room and skinnier than I was in the beginning. And I want to be skinnier. It's not I am. You see? There are 2 Y's. Here it was an example. She misspelled the word. And if you misspell the word, it will not work. It must be I am responsible, like I write the first Y in upper and then all in low. Okay? The I is in uppercase and everything then is lower. Oh, this is much longer than the normal programs, okay? Auto-Hope is not a quick therapy. It's a very long therapy, okay? But Auto-Rife, I love Auto-Rife. I don't know about you, but I love Auto-Rife. I love Auto-Frequency. It's one of my tops. And you know what? With this program, you can do 10, 11, 20 Auto-Rifes in one session. You can do how many you want. You are not more forced to only do one. You can do how many auto-frequencies you want. And better, it will only stop when all the organs are corrected. In one normal session with you, I recommend you to do Auto-Hope, Auto-Frequency, and Auto-Trivector in the maximum therapy. Just that. And feel it. Okay? And feel it. It's not working?
It's frozen. It just froze.
Oh, maybe because you are not connected to the box. Okay, if you are trying, just a moment, if you are trying to work without the box connected, maybe it will froze, okay? Questions, I don't know who put the hand first. Can I go there first? Yes? Yes, please. Autofrequency work with Rife. Everyone knows that, right? You see these numbers? Where are them? Here? You see the numbers? This is Rife, pure Rife frequencies. So in this program, you will not only correct organs, it can choose to kill pathogens. It can choose to give you motivation. It will automatically balance your body, okay? You see? No one more here. Everyone is corrected, okay? So, more questions here. Okay, the question is if I work subspace, if this is stronger than maximum treatment. Well, I don't work a lot in subspace, okay? Because I have my own practice, so I have my clients coming to my practice. But when I work in subspace, that I truly believe it works, okay? I think also this therapy is stronger. It's the same. It's the same. Yes. I will ask you to speak to the microphone.
I'm just saying that I only work in subspace because my clients are in other countries, and I get very, very positive feedback from it. Of course. Yeah.
We have here wonderful people like Gail that works a lot with subspace, right, Gail? And with stronger results, bigger results. Gail is one of my teachers since every time. More questions, Marta? No? More questions? Okay. Now we close this. And we go again to maximum treatment. And again, this boring window, okay? So how we get to the maximum therapies again? Press. You don't need to rewrite everything. You just need to do like this. You see? Just change a little thing and write again. It could be the last E, the first I, whatever you want. Just change anything so we can go back there. Oh, and I can do auto-rife again. I once had a client with kidney problems, serious kidney problems. And me, as an electrician, I started working on auto-rife. I did 11 auto-rifes in one session, 3 sessions, and the results were amazing. Okay, because here we are going to work SAR codes and rife frequencies and pathogens and everything here in auto-rife. But I also love auto-trifector and auto-overhope. All of these are amazing. Okay? Why? Because if I want the physical body to get a strong response, Auto-Rife for me is one of the best programs to do that. And I believe that if you... Fernando talked about overcooked. It was a very strong point for me. I have a different opinion. I think that the machine only balances. Okay? The only program where I can really stimulate is the increase with the hormones in the shaping function. And that's why I don't work with that. Okay? The machine always balances. And if you put your client doing the right things, by the way, a right thing in my sessions of weight loss, in the end, they are forced to drink in front of me 4 glasses of water. Not at home, in front of me. Okay? I want to make sure that they are hydrated. I repeat again, yes. I repeat any times my intuition tells me to repeat, because I only work with intuition. I learn with the best. I learn with Gail. I learn with Fernando. I learn with Levi. I learn with Adam, Susan. So many good things. And I use all of their teachings, but I always listen first my intuition. Okay? Because all of us, we have a unique way of work. That's why we work in this area. Any questions about maximum treatment? Helene is asking me what's the difference between using Auto-Hope or Auto-Rife or Auto-Trivector? It depends on what your client is there for, okay? In weight loss, I use Auto-Rife mandatory because I want all the organs working properly and the digestion working properly and the endocrine system working properly, okay? That's why I use Auto-Rife. But I could use Auto-Trivector also and Auto-Hope also, and I can use all the 200 programs also. But I don't have time. And I do 1 hour sessions. I see you, Charlotte. I do 1 hour sessions because I believe that the client, they can block your work. Unconsciously, they can block, okay? Charlotte.
So this program will only mention, you can only do the options that it's in this program. So this is what a person can handle as a maximum treatment. How much stronger is it than a normal treatment? Is it like 50% stronger? Okay, but you did Autofrequency. It was a choice by yourself. Yes. So you cannot do maximum treatment on Autofrequency because this person cannot handle Autofrequency in maximum therapy. Am I right?
For me, no, okay, because I believe this program balance, okay? So the person always can be balanced, always. That's what I really believe. And that's why sometimes I do 10 times Autofrequency. 10 times in a row. My session is only Autofrequency. Depends on the client. And I work today like this, but tomorrow you can go to a conference and I will teach you something so much different. Because, like I said, intuition. Okay? More questions here? There are, yes.
What is the difference between the Auto-Rife, when you're putting the organs in the correct frequency, and the short sarcodes? Is the effect the same?
No, for me they are both important, and that's why the next program will be short sarcodes, okay? Because here I'm working the organs with, through Rife, and there I work organs.
And the short sarcodes is actually applying applying a different form of automeridian acupuncture to open up the channels. So it's fundamentally, foundationally different.
Okay, you must be here. So, there are only 4 programs that you can do in Maxim therapy. These 3 and NLP, you know that, right? When you do an NLP, then you can choose Maxim therapy. Only these 4 can do, are made to done in Maxim therapy. Scalar don't. You can put auto-color running, start, and then auto-rife at the same time. Okay? You don't need to use autocolor and scalar only. You can use autocolor with any therapy that you want. And autocolor is huge for weight loss. You see what Abby Drake told us about the enzymes? It's in autocolor. You speed up the client. I'm a Zap therapist, okay? I am an assumed Zap therapist. I work a lot with Zaps. I work a lot with the matrix. This is for balance. And I promise that when you know how to do this, put a password and come forward and back, this will be fast. Okay? This is not take too long. This take 10 minutes. This is 10 minutes from my session. This with the first therapy.
Ready?
Yes.
I was thinking, is it necessary for the client to look at your screen when you're doing this autocolor therapy? Or doesn't it do any improvement? Or because when we're looking at this Chinese presentation, they had one screen for the clients and one screen for themselves. I was thinking maybe color therapy could be good for the client to watch.
Okay, are you hearing me? This is working, right? He's asking about to watch color therapy. For me, yes, it's important. For me, I put client C the color therapy. But it's my opinion. I'm not the right one. It could be wrong. It's what I feel. I feel that it's important to the clients to see.
To see, yes.
To see,
yes. Understand.
Yes. Yes. Just a microphone. I am vinegar. I'm not sugar.
Sorry, it's just a comment really that since I do all remote sessions, I find the color therapy is still very powerful in remote because it's the frequency of the color that's locking into the brain. So looking at it, yes, that's good, but it also works in remote.
Yes, I believe. And that also is for you because if your client is not watching, it will work again at the same, okay? So, as I was saying, I'm a Zap therapist. I'm a biofeedback specialist that work a lot with Zaps. So now we are going to Zap. Let's go to Matrix. And the first thing you want to search here is weight loss. So simple, right? Here is the first thing you want to try. And then how I work this panel. I do auto zap from filter. I always work, I don't do individual reactions. Okay, it's important, but not for weight loss for me. I only work with the most reactive items, okay? And if you search or choose a filter, then you can go to auto zap, and it will have this option, auto zap from filter 5 minutes. You see? Anytime you do a search or anytime you choose a filter, you will have auto zap from filter. No, you must write search item in the white, you must write weight loss. If you don't write anything in the white box, auto zap from filter will not show up. Well, it will show up. I will teach you one thing. You can write whatever. Use this a lot, please, okay? You can search everything here. It's amazing. And you do one auto zap from filter, girls and boys, men and women. No, I do 3 in a row, okay? I'm in weight loss, and I do 3 auto zaps from filter in a row. 3 5 minutes. I don't do one just. I do 3. Yes, this is 15 minutes. Not so long, because it's faster, okay? This is not really 5 minutes, it's faster. It will work with the 6 top signatures, okay? The next thing I will search is overweight. Because remember, the matrix was made by people, so things are written in so many different ways. Let's go to all of them. Overweight, Elena, yes. I will write it. Bam. 3 signatures, okay? 3 times. I always do auto zap from filter 3 times in a row for 15 minutes, okay? It's not 15 minutes again, it's much more faster, but I always do 3 times. I believe in number 3. My intuition again. Do this 1 time, do this 5 times, choose what fits you and what fits your client, okay? Because it's totally different. Charlotte was talking one thing, I love her presentation, don't you? She was amazing, and she was talking about one thing that is very important. I had a client, my last client from weight loss. She's a crazy one, okay? And she don't want to lose kilos. She wants to lose centimeters, because the problem was in his belly. I did 2 sessions, and she lost 10 centimeters, 10. And she said, no, this is not working. No, I'm not skinnier. This is not working. And I say, oh my God. Well, you know what I did? I did a session not in weight loss, but in resistance to change. And the next day, the next session, she was so happy. I'm so skinnier. She lost 1 centimeter. Okay? So resistance to change is very important to work with overweighted clients. Very important. Okay, let's go back to weight loss. And let's find the emotions that are hidden in our clients. So you search again weight loss, and you pick up the first signature to the yellow tray. By the way, this is me, and I'm really hungry. And you notice what the first signature is for stop eating. This is amazing how powerful this machine is. This is what I need. I need to stop to add an appetite suppressant. Okay, you put here the first signature, and then you go to choose the subfiles emotions. Well, here you can work. I work with emotions, but you can also work with fluorescences. Okay, I love the subfile fluorescences. I love it. I love it. Let's work with emotions. You see where the signature is in the yellow tray. Okay, then you choose emotions, and then you do test item all tray above. And what's the importance of this? Because, as you know, weight loss, it's very about emotions, right? The hormones problems, the digestion problems are very important also, but it's very about emotions. So let's see what this machine tells me about me. Shame, sadness, lust, in a signature that is an appetite suppressant. You see how this is amazing? Lust, of course. Food can be a luxury. Okay? Shame and sadness. People who eat a lot are always with these emotions. Shame, guilty, sadness, every time. This was my life. Since I know I was a professional tennis player, and when I stopped the tennis, I started gaining weight. But I didn't want to stop it. I want a miracle. That's what I want. And I also want to be all the time in shame and sadness. It's addiction, you know? Yes. I remember one thing. Why don't we now erase a psychological strife with food? Let's do this. It's not in my presentation, so please write it about it. This is how I work. I never follow a plan. Go to time therapies and super learning. They are finished, yes. You finished? Oh, sorry, okay. Yes, you found the emotions and then you double click every line until excellent, okay? It's how Fernando told us. When you work with yellow lines, you double click them until excellent, okay? It's all you need. Excellent. You see here where it's shaping? It must be excellent, okay? So let's go to time therapies and super learning. Here you have Phaser X, okay? And you can add more patients to subspace treatment. You see where I went here? No? Phaser X? Add more patients to subspace treatment. Are you seeing? And then it opens this white box. And what will I put here? I will put food. I will put sugar. Okay? I will put chocolate. It's my guilty pleasure. Chocolate. And Coca-Cola also. And now, what you do now, I'm gonna erase the psychological strife with this. You can also put your wife or your husband or anyone you blame that's the responsible for your overweight, okay? It's true, you can put wherever you want here. And then you come here to additional. No, it's in additional, and you see, erase psychological strife. Yes, this is not in my presentation, so take your time. I forgot this. Well, this is me in my and Tiago knows about how I am. I never do 2 sessions the same, never. I don't know why. And when you press erase psychological strife, I will erase because I'm the client, psychological strife with sugar, with food. And this is very important. Once I had a client with huge problems with her mother. Huge problems. Her mother was always arguing, always. and she can't do it anymore. So I did this. There, I put her mother's name. Yes, and then I erased the psychological strife. In that evening, around midnight, I received a phone call from her, and she was crying. Her mother, for the first time in 10 years, said the most beautiful and nice things to her. Okay, this is a very powerful program that we have in our software. You can use it with everything. All the emotions also, Charlotte. Yes, of course. Yes, all the guilt, for example. Yes, addiction. Charlotte is giving a great tip. Why don't you add there addiction personality? Okay? Great, Charlotte. Yes, it is like that. And you see here the progress. It's here. You see the progress? I want to wait because many times, it's my first conference, but I teach in Portugal, okay? It's so much easier to teach in Portuguese, you can't imagine. But many times people don't use these therapies because, I don't have a ratification here. No, you have a ratification here. And I will show you where the ratification is. Here you can do programs like restore the shy energy from your client, balance life force. This program is huge, it's very good. Charlotte.
When you add all those things in there, but when you do a client there, that will run the whole session. Will this also go further the whole session? No, because you didn't calibrate it. No. Yeah. So this is just for that, and you can then also select other therapies to do. It takes everything in the white tray. Yes, you can do that. Yes. Okay. So what are the other options also?
My other options in this therapy. I don't do that. Maybe I will start doing that because it's a great tip. I just use this a lot for sugar problems. Okay. Because with overweight persons, the sugar is the big problem. The needings, the cravings, but the addiction also is a big problem. Okay? This is to erase, okay? And now it's done. I don't have a ratification. How do I know that it's done? Well, we have a ratification. It's not... If you enter time treatments... This is blocking, of course, in my presentation. What? Okay, let's wait. Let's wait. In the software we must wait. Okay. Here you have the rectification, 58. You see how I went there? So I would repeat this, like Charlotte said also in very well, I always work for rectifications above 85. Yes, I will do it again so you can see. You are done with the therapy. The therapy is here in additional. You have a great therapy here. I use it a lot for me. Snore less. It works. It works. It works, right, Elena? It works. And I also love a therapy here that is balanced life force, you know? My third client was a suicidal client. And she killed herself. And I wanted to stop. And I said, no, I can handle this. I will not work on this anymore. But I try again, and I try other clients. This is very good for clients with that issues, okay? Balanced life force is very good. And then I could help other people. Okay, so you choose erase psychological strife, you do the therapy, and then you go to time treatments. You do enable time therapy, and you see the rectification here. Work until 85 or more, okay? Yes? Let me give you the microphone. Let me explain why the microphone, because there are people that don't speak English, so they can translate also your questions, because your questions are always good for everyone learn.
You were saying balanced life force is really good. Does it help with life force diminished when you get that message?
It works. I believe it
Yeah.
works. I believe it works.
You-
It's
you
a very
recommend
strong.
that
It's a
for-
very strong problem. I don't know. My history is very simple. I was a reporter for. I am 43 years old. Until my 32, I was a reporter. And one day, suddenly, I melt down. I broke. I began suddenly a depression. I don't want to die. I just want to stay in bed. Only sleep. That's all I want. And then my boss, he forced me to go to a biofeedback practitioner. My boss is today my client. And after the third session, I felt so amazing that I needed to do this in my life. I needed to help people. I love this. I work with all my heart, you know? And you know what she did to me? Balanced life force in 3 sessions.
Yeah, I'm thinking for somebody who's had numbers of organs removed and is really, you know, and you get this life force diminished message.
I use a lot, well, I work a lot, cancer clients, and I use a lot this therapy. Okay? To make them strong, emotionally stronger. I just love your presentation, Charlotte. It was great. Charlotte, again, talk about one of the most important therapies to work with cancer patients. It was the hammer panel. Okay? It's huge. The C-scan. Oh, these, I think it's going to the brain. Okay, the brain. I love this panel also, but I love all of them. I love everyone and everything. Yes, this erased psychological strife is the only thing that is not on my presentation, okay? Let's go back to Zaps. We zap weight loss, we zap overweight, and now, what can we zap? Could it be another name for weight loss or for weight? There is. Obesity. Fernando told me this. Fernando has a great webinar on this also. Go check. And what do I do in this? What did you type in? Obesity. 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 Okay. If my English is not that good, tell me and I put Google Translator speak instead of me, okay? Timur. Oh, I'm sweating. Let's go. No, I want to get skinnier.
Before calibration and before test, we are doing the maximum therapy, is it right?
No. First calibration and then test all the time, okay?
After the test.
And after the test, check current rectification, super skew rectification, and only after that,
Okay.
First I remove the blocks.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Then I put balance, okay? Thank you. Like an electrician. More questions? No. Everyone see the third search is obesity. But it's not over. It's not over.
Do you search metabolic too?
Yes. Why are you in front of me? But before metabolic, I search digest. Okay? And here is an example. If it's a big word, don't write it all. Write the smallest you can, okay? I don't need to write digest, and I wrote digest because there are spelling errors. It's normal. It's people that make these machines, okay? So with smaller words, we have higher chances to get the right reactivities. So let me see my digestion problems. Intestinal disturbance, of course. Well, I will not speak about this, but it's true, okay? So, auto-zap from filter 3 times, again, in a row, okay? And the session 1 is almost ending. And do a search, and again, auto-zap from filter. Meaning, what I want with this, never think that this machine will make miracles, okay? We have great signatures for weight loss. If you try the weight loss signatures, they are great. We have a super fat burner there. that really works. But if you don't help the digestive, the emotions, the hormones, the metabolism, your client will get in the old weight again. I never more gain weight since I do this. Okay, I lost 20 kilos and never get them back. Yes? Okay, but we already worked that emotions. The yellow lines never disappear. They stay always there, okay? You work, you double click, you get excellent, but they will stay there. Only if you search another thing. Okay, that's okay. You can always, when you do AutoZap, it will work what we have, choose here. The cameraman must hate me because he asked me to stay there, but I'm all around the room. I will be yellow in the video, but okay, that's okay. When you do a search, AutoZap will always work with a search, okay? Only if you choose. You see, if now I'm gonna press emotions, and it will change the signatures. See? But then I do again a search, and they are back. And when I do the AutoZap is what is chosen here, okay? Like Charlotte, I also do one thing. I always end my sessions with AutoZap Feel Good. AutoZap Feel Good. Have you tried it? It's so good. AutoZap Feel Good. Here, Charlotte told you about this. AutoZap, the Feel Good Zap in the new software. You can. Yes, you can. Of course you can. If you have time. But for me, I'm now with an hour session. It's over. And it's not over because I want to earn more money. It's over because I know that my client is enough for him. But for me, there are people that do 2-hour session and it works. Remember one thing, every button that we press, everything that we do for 1 minute or 10 hours will help. Okay? Will help. We will always help people. So there is no right way. There's only different ways.
What is the approximate time to lose 15 kilos, 20 kilos? How many sessions do you do?
I did 12 sessions.
12 sessions.
Yes. 12. Two. This is like a gym, okay? If you go to a gym once a month, will you get your dream body fast? No. But if you go to the gym 2 times in a week, will it be faster? Of course. That's what I always told to my clients. You decide if you want it faster or if you have time to take it longer. It's up to you. But remember another thing. Clients always lie. Always. And when you work weight loss, they lie more. I had one client that this doesn't work. And oh my God, when something not work, you don't imagine how I feel. I feel the worst person in the world. And I was there thinking and thinking, why? Why? Because in my presentation you will see that I recommend to use an application to counter calories. It's important. You cannot do this and then go eat pie and pizza and no. It's important to maintain a level, a number of calories. I recommend a program for Android and Apple that you can install for free and will give your the exact number from calories ideal for your clients, okay? It's in my presentation. So this client, the last session, she came with a kid. Her son was 8 years old. And I was talking to her and saying, why is not working with you? Suddenly, the child, it's easy because she goes to McDonald's every day. So she lied to me. She said that she was doing everything right, but she lied. You know how many times this happens? Every time. Every time. Because the clients don't lie to us, they lie to themselves. And when I was overweighted, I used to tell people, I don't know why I have my belly. I don't eat nothing. Oh my God. I eat a lot. Of course I eat a lot. okay? But there are people that don't eat and are weight, because that's why we work these things. So the session 1 is done, okay? Let's go to session 2. In session 2, you repeat the same, the check current rectifications, the maximum therapy. Always start with balance, okay? And then you zap, okay? But in session 2, we are going to zap different things. We are going here and search for enzymes subfilter. Look how are my enzymes. It's so awful I cannot even look at that. So many reds. And then you do AutoZap from filter again, 3 times in a row, okay? I will not repeat this every time, okay? So how I zap, I do AutoZap from filter 3 times in a row, every time, okay? If I zap just one signature, I'll zap the signature 3 times in a row also. Yes?
Did I get it right that you do the session 2, you repeat first the weight loss?
Okay.
And then you go to...
She's asking about the beginning of session 2 because enzymes is session 2, okay? Yes, I'll do the same, the things that are equal in both sessions. It's check current rectifications and remove all the blocks, and then maximum therapy to put your client in the best way we can, okay? And then we start zapping. Enzymes is my first choice in session 2. But now, for me, one of the most important filters here, hormones. This is another AutoZap. I do in every client with any kind of problem, okay? In the doctor that I work with is all about hormones. That's why I went to work with him, because I'm all about hormones also. And I believe that balancing the hormonal system, you will get big things, okay? And for weight loss is mandatory. One thing that I forgot in this session, but Charlotte talked and it's in my presentation, is to go to short SAR codes as she teach you, okay? And do digestion and lymph. In all sessions, digestion, I will show you. In the beginning. Short SAR codes. In here, in MISC, you have the digestion. And you can work all the organs at the same time. You don't need to go one by one. You can work all of them. I do, but it's not as strong as this. Never strong, okay? This is much more stronger. Clasp is more stronger than irid or body viewer or even disease. But it's important to do that also, okay? But for me, it's important also to make sure that digestive system and endocrine are 100% rectified. Endocrine. Okay. Session 2, we go to nutrition also. We don't only do Zaps. And in nutrition, you have You know how to do this? Calculate, strike this key first. It's always the first thing to do, always. So you can have the results. And then you go to stress and cortisol. Do you wish to use the questions? No? And here you are going to do adrenal balance. You know the problem with most of men's, but woman also the belly, so only fat in the belly. Lots of times it's only a cortisol problem, okay? So this panel is very, very, very important. And the rectification here is what? More than 85? No, 100, okay? Here you need more than 100. So at the first I get this. You know why I did this at the first? Because I already auto-zap hormone, it's very important, and most of all because I did the super current rectifications. When you start your therapy for anything with that super in the check current rectifications, believe me, it will be stronger and faster, everything. Why? Because you don't have more the blocks. Okay, so don't look at the blocks at the end. Look at the blocks at the beginning. In nutrition, it's another panel that most of the time people ask me, oh, how can I work with this panel? Well, I have my own way, again, okay? Yes, I can put insert disease and I can put overweight, weight loss, I can put that. But it's more important for me to get my client balanced, not only in weight loss issue, okay? Because the weight loss issue, I work with the Zap. So what I put to show something, you must put anything, right? I put a space. And then you can test disease for best nutritional supplement. What's the disease? The unconscious will choose. You see how I did? No? Yes. Where's, I lost, no, it's here. Here, you must write a disease for this test disease for best nutritional supplement open, okay? This is what we were told. You write there, insert disease, you write sometimes cancer, you write weight loss, overweight, you can write wherever disease so it can show you the best supplements. I don't write nothing. No, nothing. I just put a space. It's important to put a space. If you don't put a space, the test disease will not show up. You put the space, and then the unconscious of your client will tell you the best supplements. Space.
But it's Portuguese, so it's always...
I'm Colombian. I'm not Portuguese. In fact, I'm born in Africa. I'm from Africa. This is where I'm born. You see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 supplements that I'm needing it. Someone was asking me about this earlier in the, how can we see if the supplement here or the vitamin here is high or low? Well, we can't see. We are not doctors, and this equipment don't diagnose. We only can see needs, okay? And what I need is more important than what I have high or low. Because this will do what? This will balance me. And again, it's all about balance. You click, insert disease, you put a space, and then you click test disease for best nutritional supplement, and you have this. And if you click again, you will have another ones. Oh, okay. How to treat these lines, right? You must go one by one and open and close. You cannot do one, maintain open, and work the others. No, you need to open and close. Let me show you. You double click vitamin D1, okay? This takes time. This takes time. That's why in this session we do less auto zaps. I had rectified 85%. For me, it's not enough. So I press Nutri-Energy Balance again. Yes. Until 100 or more.
How many times you do this, Fredy?
Well, who asked me question? Oh, okay. How many times I do this? In myself? Oh, I only do once. I only do once, yes. I will find the 5, 6 more needed supplements. But in me, I'll do this. I do, as I said, body scan every day. And I book myself in my agenda once a week. I'm booked in my agenda until the end of the year. because I will never forget myself. I work with my clients, but I'm my first client every time. Let it. Don't care about that. The machine will find a way to balance again, okay? You only will notice that if your clients say it's hurting something, or if it's I'm feeling too much. If you feel too much, then you recalibrate. Okay, I don't get 100% of ratification, but imagine you must get this to 100. You close, and then you go double click the other, okay? One by one, all the time until 100. Yes, this is great. I love this panel. I love this panel, and I love the double clicking and the hidden passwords and the hidden programs and the yellow lines. Another Zap important, because when you search weight loss, you only have one signature of appetite suppressants, but there are more in the program. So let's take the appetite from our clients, okay? So you write appetite soup, okay? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I work with all of them.
So meaning you would treat all of them?
I will do an auto-zap from Filter Adam, yes. 3 times in a row. You write in the search box, appetite soup. Here? No. Auto-zap from Filter. 5 minutes. When you do auto-zap from Filter, you will always work with the top 6 reactivities, okay? This only works with the top 6 reactivities, not the chronic, not the bottom, not the middle ones, the top. But if you only have 5 signatures, it will work all 5 signatures. I do a lot auto-zap from Filter in happy frequencies. You have happy frequencies in your machine, you know?
But again, 3 times or just 1?
If I have time, I do this 3 times. But if I don't have time, I only do 1. Okay? Yes, I'm ending. It's already? It's been fast for me. Well, the last therapy that we do in the second session, you go again to time therapies, music and super learning. You close the yellow, the white box, and you see here, adipose breakup. This takes 10 minutes, but this is so strong and so powerful, and you press it until you get a rectification higher than 85. Sometimes people tell me so sad, oh, I just get 10% rectify or 20% rectify. Isn't that better than 0? Isn't that better than 0? So don't worry with that. Do the maximum you can for the time you can, but if you cannot do more, be happy. You are helping people. We have the best work in the world. Yes, Charlotte. Let me give you the microphone.
Yes. I've got a question, because you do in the time therapies the adipose dissolve. It takes 10 minutes. When do you choose this one, and when do you choose in the time therapies the adipose dissolve? Because if you do it on that way, then you can add the piggyback, and you can also do together the metabolic error. So what is the difference between the 2 programs?
We have 2 programs here for adipose, and Charlotte is asking me why I choose this one and not the other. For me, this works better in my results. What? On someone, I have faster results with this program than with the other program.
When you go to the autonomic nervous system, that's the panel, you can also do the adipose dissolve. Yes, that's more hormonal, I thought. Yes, and this one is then hormonal and liver adipose dissolve. Yes, it's just burning, like digestive burning. Yes, and in the time therapies, the other one is only liver then, adipose? Huh? Okay.
We have 3 programs for adipose dissolve. This one here, another one in time treatments. You see time treatments. And another one in the autonomic system in the organ. I will show you. For me, my intuition and my results tells me that this get better results, because this is fat burning in this program, okay? This will order your body to burn fat. That's why I choose this. But if I have time, that I don't have, I will make all of them, of course. But I don't know, maybe in my fourth session I'll do something so different. This that I'm teaching you, I'll do all this, but not in this order. I never follow a protocol. That's my way. It's not the better one, it's mine. I'm almost ending, so if you have any questions, please tell me, because this is my last therapy in my panel. Questions? Yes.
Thank you. It's about when we were first putting something in the white tray. At what point did you change the filter to emotions?
Okay. I will show you that. That's very important, the question, because she asked me, when did I change the filter to emotions, okay? I change the filter to emotions when I do my first auto-zap. My first auto-zap is weight loss, okay? And then I pick the top reactive signatures in weight loss search and test them in the emotions. Because those are the signatures that tells me why my client is not losing weight. Yes, yes. But there's a key, but sometimes, as I explain, I do a whole session in resistance to change. I invert, I zap, I go to NLP, I'll go to everywhere to hammer. All session is resistance to change. Okay? It depends on the clients. In that client that I told you, it was in the third session. But sometimes I do resistance to change in the first session. Oh, okay. I will show you if I have time, because Andres is already here. And you know why Andres is here?
Just ignore him and go ahead.
Andres is here to shut me up.
I want to learn.
Oh, forget it. Next year, we want Andres in the stage also, right? I want Andres in the stage. Right? Yes. Yes. So, as you see, this takes too long, but it's very good, okay? I will be honest with you, as I always am. When they invited me to make my presentation, I didn't put this program in my presentation, because I used to work with another device that isn't so strong. In Mandelay, this is very strong, okay? These time treatments, they are very, very strong. So please, these take long, but use them, okay, if you want to make clients weight loss. Like balance life force, erase psychological strife, and everything like that. Many people use these also to make group sessions. This white box, okay? If I want to do a group session, I will put the name group 1 in my client name, and then I will put all your names here. And make sure that in Phaser X. You understand? I will show resistance to change, but anyone more questions that I can write without showing? No? Great. Oh, 1. Yes, Timur.
5111. Resistance to change.
Matrix number 5111, resistance to change. Yes, 5111, it's the go-to number for resistance to change. I work on that a lot. Questions? Yes.
Would you use individual reaction if you can't use that?
They are, Juliet is asking me if I use individual reaction. No. Because I don't have time. I use the Zap. I prefer the Zap. I use individual reaction when I want to see if my client is allergic to some foods. But it's an electric reaction. It's not a real reaction. It could not be a real reaction. I try not to diagnose nothing with the machine. That's major for me, okay? Because as I said, I'm an electrician. Only that. A modern one, an expensive one. Oh yes. When I start to beginning, I think, why will I ask people to pay me? I love this. Oh, but that's so wrong. They need to pay you. Well, this is taking too long. How I work resistance to change. I zap, okay, the go-to number that Tim has told. And I also, as Charlotte told, in the green panel, I do invert resistance to change, okay? And then I go often to NLP and do unconscious choices of therapies, okay? Because sometimes resistance to change is there because of anger or because of whatever. Yes. The number? Timur, the number? The number from resistance to change. 5111. It's done, Andres. It's done. Yes. Sorry? More questions? Well, it's over, but I already explained you how to do resistance to change, right? The NLP part that I was saying to you is here. You know what I'm going to do after this presentation? Eat chocolate. No, I'm kidding. You go to NLP. And I work a lot with these therapies and customer's choice of therapy. What? Therapies here, and then customer's choice here. I want to, it's very quick, Andres. I just want to tell you another thing. You know who invented this theory, right? Have you ever tried to write in the search box, Nelson? Haha, I love your faces. Let's see what's happening. I love this. Go to the search. I use the search a lot, as you see. I search a lot stress, for example. When I don't know what to do with a client, I search stress. Stress is always a problem. Nelson. Let's search Nelson. Oh my God, so many things. These give you so much information about your client. I work a lot with Nelson Remedies. Okay? Narayani, of course, as you know, are the strongest, but Nelson are strong also. Very, very strong. I have, according to machine, I have a signature unbalance for adrenal remedy. No, I'm not stressful. No, I'm so calm. Okay? This is another tip I remember during my section. It's not in the presentation. There's no problem. No. Only if I choose again hormones. You see what happened if I choose again? Hormones? Look at the lines, hormones. But if I press search, Nelson. Don't be afraid of pushing buttons. The machine will not auto-destroy. You will not make problems to your clients, okay? So I think it's done, right? What you did, Andres? Oh, okay. That's something new in the software. And as session 1, I end this, and I will do this to me with an auto zap feel good. Okay, I just love this AutoZap. It's amazing. Okay, never forget to change the neurotransmitter. Also, is the first thing you do. Okay.
So Fredy, being as progressive as he is, worked with an oscilloscope, the device that you saw yesterday that showed the waveforms. He worked with an oscilloscope experimenting with the shaping function where you add a neurotransmitter. And what was super cool about it was once he added that neurotransmitter into changing it out of love and into either oxytocin or dopamine, etc., you could actually on the oscilloscope see the piggyback of the neurotransmitter that you set. And a stronger sine wave. So it actually made the therapy stronger, which is super cool. And thank you, Fredy, for that epiphany. Charlotte. Okay, the question was, can you also do love and an additional neurotransmitter in shaping function? The answer is yes. You can set to, by typing in to the box, as many transmitters theoretically as you like. However, if you take me to shape, oh, you're already locked in. However, if you just use the standard method of choosing your shaping function, Fredy says he's looked and it's stronger if you set to 1.
If you choose one of the ones, it's stronger.
So there is a difference between the hololinguistic function and the ability to select from the shaping function matrix of transmitters. And I will give you one precursive warning. There is a protocol that I taught called the I Am protocol. It's a wonderful protocol for you did it? Did it make a huge difference, Katrina? You did the I Am? So it's a protocol that I wrote once for a conference, realizing the simplicity in a lot of our cliches. So oftentimes when I have a client whom has excessive negativity, and not limited to, but this is when I would apply it. When a client was excessively negative, one of the things that I first realized was that old saying of before you can love someone else or love in the world, you first must love yourself. And there's a program hidden in the biorhythms program for making a person more compatible with a partner. Okay, and what I realized was, what if you added yourself in as your own partner? Exactly. And then taking that further, I thought, what if you gave yourself the chemical experience of that bond? And the chemical experience is oxytocin, which brings us back to the neurotransmitters and the reason that I was saying this. So please be aware, when you select oxytocin out of the neurotransmitters, and if you give the oxytocin, it can inspire a hormonal reaction. Often women whom have had children will start the breasts will start to grow again. So it's that's why you stopped, because exactly. And your breasts started to grow too?
Yes.
Excellent.
Don't you see?
The question is, as to the second part of this, the question is, did he lactate? Because don't say that you lactated, Fredy.
No, just one thing. You know, when we did erase psychological strife, now I'm thinking in one thing. If I'm making a session on me to weight loss, maybe I must erase my psychological strife with myself instead of food or sugar, with myself. Okay? Because self-esteem is always a problem with overweighted people.
It's a huge root.
So erase psychological strife with the name of your client. Okay? Him with himself. Sorry. I remember.
No, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, Fredy Sweet.